Hey everybody, if you own a Gear Fit 2 watch, I'm assuming the Gear Fit 1 would be similar, but don't quote me on that. I don't know about the Pro. But I had two Gear Fit 2 watches. They were misplaced, couldn't find them, found them a year later, dead as a doornail. Plugged them into the chargers, couldn't get them to charge. Kind of unfortunate that they finally turned up, but they're worthless to me. Started watching some videos as to why, and what I had was what a lot of people are seeing, where you plug the watch into the charger, drop it onto the charger, you get a little lightning bolt for a second and it goes out. But it won't start charging. And I think I've realized what it is, and I've got both of my watches working now, which is incredible. And it was from watching a few videos and finding out some of the problems that people had in that, and I understand how they work. So I'll share this with you now. So as you can see, this one is now charging. It's at 18% already. And there's the one that's a little rough around the edges, and it's charging. I got them both to work. And what I realized is the way to make it work is you do what one of the other folks mentioned, and actually said it wasn't the right answer, but it was, is you flick it, put it onto the charger, off of the charger. Onto the charger, see the lightning bolt for a second, take it off. On, off, on, off. And if you do that a few times, I know why it works. Is I have a battery charger for my car at home in my garage, and it's called an intelligent charger, a smart charger. And what it is it will only turn on the contacts, the charging contacts, when it notices that it's hooked up to a battery. So the battery has to have some sort of charge, even if it's like 2 millivolts. Something to indicate that it's hooked up to a battery, probably so the contacts don't arc all the time. So this battery charger is so smart that it's stupid, is what I like to say. And these chargers are the same. So when you plug it in there, the little pins come on very briefly to indicate that something has made a connection between the two pins on the charger. I'm not going to take it off to show you. You know what they look like in here. They got two little pins. And I think when you contact it and take it off, it's just getting a little tiny little bit of electricity every time. And so what it's doing is just slowly adding a little bit of power each and every time to the battery in the watch until finally it's got just a little bit more than it needs for the charger to be smart enough to realize that it's actually plugged into a battery, and then it comes on. And I would imagine that's because they don't want these chargers have got open contacts in here, like in the top of these. There's two here and two here. If you know your Gear Fit charger, you know what I mean. And of course, if you were to drop like a quarter in there or a penny or and tip them over on something that's wet, it could probably make a contact, and it could, short out or start a fire or whatever. So probably this is a safety feature, that just any contact between those two pins doesn't necessarily turn the charger on, or it turns it on for a second and shuts it off when it doesn't notice any sort of a draw. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. I didn't build the thing, I don't know, but based on my experience with my car charger, that's what I believe. So short story is, folks, me on two watches that have been sitting dead for goodness knows how long. So plug it in, take it off. Snap it on, take it off. This old girl here that's been through the war, this lightning bolt, even the flickering lightning bolt where it came on and went off a few times, it wasn't even consistent. Like I had to do it maybe 4 times. And it would just give me a brief lightning bolt every 4th time. But I just kept doing it and doing it. It only takes a second. Just flick with your finger down, back up, and count to 2 or 1 or whatever. And it worked. And it's taken a charge now after months of trying to figure out whether I should buy another one or what I should do. So there's your scoop, folks. I hope that helps, because that just saved me some money. And now instead of looking to buy a new watch, I now have 2 that are charging. I don't know how good the batteries will be. We'll see. But at the same time, at least I know the watches work, and maybe worth doing a battery replacement on them or whatever down the road. Hope it helps. Take care, folks.